Yeah. Ow. Welcome to Belgium. Welcome to Spa, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at Spa Francorchamps, and it is going to be a fun weekend of Grand Prix racing here in Formula Nitro. And obviously, we have F2. Then after that, we have F1. It's going to be a fun one today. I'm excited for it. Looking forward to it. Once again, just want to apologize if I, just completely, my throat is literally dying. It's like, it is dying. Like, my voice is gone. Oh my god, you guys. My voice is literally gone. So yeah, I just sound like this today. And, I don't know what to do about it, honestly. So y'all are just gonna have to suck it up, buttercup, for this one. So, as you guys can see, here is what qualifying has got us here. Vixie, Juan, Yoshi, Clubs, Carl, Papacore, Kings, Esteban, and Sokofa is officiating today as well. So yeah, that is what it's looking like right now. Once again, just want to apologize for the fact my voice is like this. I hope you guys aren't mad at me for it. Honestly, I really do apologize for that, and it happens. So I've been yelling at people all day, like I work and stuff. So yeah, and not people. I mean, like, you know what I mean. So yeah. You guys know what I mean. Being a teacher or something. I'll tell you that. Yeah. I enjoy it though. It's fun. So yeah, right now qualifying is happening right now. And it's literally about to end. There's some drivers that did not actually get their lap in. So I think some of them are just saying, you know what? We're going to YOLO it. We're going to see how this goes, obviously, today. So it's definitely going to be interesting to watch here at Spa. Obviously, the circuit has had a lot of exciting moments, especially, Vexo through the middle. Y'all remember that? Absolute classic. It's viral on Instagram Reels, was viral on TikTok. Did pretty well on YouTube as well. So, yeah, it definitely got some big, and I mean big publicity. So, we will see how it goes today. Qualifying is officially over, and we are ready to get going here at Spa Francorchamps. And of course, we got the man himself, Sokofa, in the booth as well. Sokofa, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great right now. How are you doing, man?
I'm beyond. Hold on, let me fix this here. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sokofa. My throat is dying. I had a long,
I got it.
long week.
I'm to save you.
So God praise you for joining me today. Honestly, I was wondering if someone else would join, and now I feel a lot better. So yeah, but honestly, man, what is really the strategy when it comes to the circuit? I mean, is it just you YOLO it into turn one, or what's the deal, honestly?
I mean, you gotta think. You gotta think big, and thinking of big, Spa's big track. So that means a lot of long lap times, and pit lane here is extremely short. So we'll see how we'll see if the undercut might be a little bit more weaker here compared to the rest of the field. And then you also have to keep in mind some of these really fast guys like Kings, they all invalidated on their lap times, so they're gonna be starting near the back.
Yeah, I was
So
wondering about that.
yeah,
I saw a lot of laps that were not completed, so it's good to know that. But
I think as right now, I think Thomas, Kings, Esteban, and well, Noah didn't qualify, so yeah, they'll all be in the back.
well, I think honestly this
And
is
Yoshi's
very intriguing because we've got F2 today, we got F1. How are you feeling about F1 today? I wanted to ask you that, obviously.
not confident, not confident at all.
You were complaining about that sausage curb in that final turn. Is that correct?
Uh, yeah.
It
When team did track walk, it was not that good.
yeah.
All right, Yoshi's starting in his first ever F2 race after being demoted. I'll be starting second row. Want to beat him by like three. Yeah, want to beat him by 300s.
So obviously, Spa is the biggest track on the Formula Nitro calendar, obviously, in terms of size and stuff. So what really, when you look at the circuit compared to the other circuits, obviously there's a lot more elevation and everything, but what really points out to you about the circuit more than any other circuit on the calendar?
I mean, first of all, you got to look at the start lane. The start lane, most of the tracks, P1's on the inside, but here at Spa, P1's on the outside. So although that might provide a better, you know, entry into turn one, you might have to worry a little bit more about people running up on your inside. So a potential P3 and P2 people passing you if you're starting on pole, which Vixie's probably gonna have to deal with today. And then obviously like the long parts of the track where it feels like it's drawn out. So we could see some potential saving here. But maybe it's an iffy situation because especially now that we're going a lot faster than we were last season, uh, situations could change.
Well,
But I
for
think it's
sure.
gonna be more similar. One thing though to key mention, I think the final chicane, I think the bus stop's gonna be. I think we're gonna see a lot of not incidents, but more so people getting very loose going in that corner because it's a lot faster than it was before.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you so much for the inside information there, Sokofa. We really appreciate it. But obviously the circuit has the elevation. It's got it's got a lot of history on it for sure. We've had a lot of awesome viral moments on the circuit, more than any other circuit, I have to say. So, does that also play in a factor as well into this circuit as well? You'd say?
I mean, yeah, it's one of the most, historic tracks in F1. It's been really new in terms of Nitro. We've only had one race per year. But, I still think people take that classic element of the track and just really like soak it in and be like, I want to win here. Have that on their resume.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those crown jewel Grand Prix races, I have to say. If we're, obviously, in NASCAR they have all those crown jewels and stuff, but this is definitely one of them. You have to say, right, Sokofa?
Yeah, definitely. I think this Silverstone and Honda definitely complete that.
I 100% agree with that. So, what is our starting grid looking like for today's Grand Prix, Sokofa?
Uh, well, P1, you got Vixie. He's been looking all fast all week. I think he has the world record time as of right now. Wanma, who's recently joined the F2 grid, but showing some strong promise. Speaking of joining F2, Yoshi's also on that F2 grid, starting now. Then after that, we have Clubs, strong F2 person, but had a little bit of an issue at the start of the lap. Then Carl, who's been doing decent, but I'm pretty sure he's taking a bunch of W's from these guys like getting DQ'd from the laps. Then you have Kings, who was looking strong, but unfortunately DNF, and Esteban and Thomas also looking somewhat decent, but then they also DNF'd, and then Noah, who missed qualifying by a minute.
Well, we're here, and
I think we have a problem.
that is.
Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. I thought my game crashed. Or actually, no, my game did crash. I thought I couldn't join back. I am praying that does not happen. If that happens in F1, I'm gonna cry.
They'd have to delay the start, right? I mean, I think they would, right?
No.
They've done it before. I mean, I don't know what the difference would be, honestly, if you think about it, but...
Was game crash? Oh, Carl, Vixie, and Thomas all crashed.
We've got 3 people crashing.
Cars are on track.
Sheesh.
Oh.
But yeah, once again, just want to apologize in advance if my commentary is literally... You can hear my voice, how tired I sound, don't I? Sound tired, Sokofa.
Yeah.
Literally, I am worn out, bro. It's unreal, but hopefully we can have a good broadcast today. So I apologize in advance if not on my A game today. So once again, apologize for that, but we're ready to get going, and I am extremely excited to see how this goes today. Obviously, with Juan on the front row. I mean, that is something, honestly. You don't really see that often.
300th of a second. I mean, that's 300ths of a second. Now, if this was F2, 300th isn't that impressive, but he got 300ths of a second. He beat that off a previous F1 driver who has an F1 pole, so you know that's showing some strong pace right there.
No, for sure, 100%. And we will see how things go in turn 1. That is definitely what we're going to be watching, obviously. I think what's very important...
Thomas has joined the game back. I think we should be good if people go get their cars. Thomas is going to line up now. Dixie cutting corners on the formation lap. What's happened? There's 3 green cars now? Oh, I didn't. Oh no, never mind. I thought somebody bought a cloning machine.
So who's your pick to win this thing today?
I mean, off a sheer pace, I'd have to assume Vixie. But, you know, Vixie has been choking as of recently with the strats, and you know, especially with, you know, Vixie's signature runs super slow at the end of the race, but still manages to do well. I think Yoshi got to be a top contender if he's, you know, finishes. You know, he has a bunch of engine problems. That's his biggest issue. Engine problems, almost every race he has. So as long as he finishes, I think that F1 experience is gonna, you know, help him do a lot better. I mean, I already got him P3, so just has to carry that extra step.
Well, I think honestly, the more experience you get, definitely when you get more experience, I mean, the more you learn. It's about anything, honestly, too. It's not just racing. It's a lot about an experience in life as well, where you can grow from things and learn from things, and you know, things like that happen. And I think it's very important to put drivers, you know, in an uncomfortable position to where they can actually get comfortable in a way, if you know what I mean, Sakofa.
Yeah, let's see. We seemingly have everybody besides Oral. I don't know what I think his game still crashed, and I don't think he can join back, but we'll see. Commander's probably gonna announce a time limit. Oh yeah, Carl's in the game. Okay, we should be good for the formation limit.
Well, this is about to be interesting. Vixie won. Yoshi. Clubs. My pick to win this thing is Clubs, believe it or not.
That's riding car?
Yeah, I got
mean,
Clubs.
He's been doing really strong, especially that one time reserve in Silverstone in F1. He was doing very good there until he ran out of fuel.
I mean, we saw that run. That was something else. Yeah, they got him on the formation lap.
Formation lap. Alright, we're gonna warm up tires. Make sure you gotta save a lot of fuel. Yoshi thinks the race started. He already going for positions. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this cluster.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about in turn 1. It's going to be absolute chaos, isn't it?
Just been warming up those tires. He's gonna need everything from starting in the back. His teammates starting 2 spots ahead of him this race. You know, Espen's been missing a couple of F2 races due to him being sick. He'll make a return today. You know,
well, it's
Noah,
good to see that.
Noah had a podium at Monaco. You know, one of the hardest tracks on the schedule, but yeah, unfortunately.
This is the Noah Baker, right?
No, this is
in NYC.
Normal Noah. Yeah. Oh. No, not NYC. There's 3 Noahs. There's Baker, who's F1. There's this one, who's F2, and NYC, who's F3.
Okay, because there's a lot of we had a lot of Noahs.
Look at
it's
the
kind of hard.
gap between. Look at this gap. One was hardcore saving fuel right now, and I don't think the top 2 realize that how much time they have.
There's a lot.
Think about this. If this is at the start of the race, we have low fuel. Like we have 22 laps in this race. I think you want to carry as much fuel as you want on the start of this.
How many laps is Spa
You're,
today in F1?
F1 will be 44, ends on 45. So
Oh my God, that's a long race.
I think it's only 3 stints. I mean, maybe a 4 stop if you have to splash it at the end. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is a strategy. You know, Vixie's trying to intimidate the field, saying, "I don't need fuel. I'm faster than you." But he has.
I just love it when YouTube doesn't update the thumbnail. It's the best, honestly. Don't you just love it? It's the greatest thing ever. It's just perfect.
Oh, Yoshi, he's going for the pass. He's going for the pass on the formation lap. A Dam's car. Yeah, I feel like these two are gonna have a very, very rough start unless they have some critical pace. I think they're gonna have a rough time.
Also want to let you guys know, for the first time in my history of Formula Nitro, I am literally broadcasting with a keyboard, not a controller today. So this is definitely going to be interesting. I unfortunately left my charging cable for my Xbox controller, because also is the charger for my AirPods, and I left it in my lunchbox.
Cars starting on the grid.
So that's where we're at right now.
Vixie gotta help fix himself. All right, as it stands right now, Fuel. Will the guys who pulled ahead really far, will they be at a massive disadvantage? Will we see one pull up on that inside? Oh, wow. That's actually a lot closer than I thought. All right, 9-car grid here today in F2. At the legendary spot, Frank Chomps is getting ready to go green. And Post and Carlin on the front row. With Dams and Trident in P2. 5 red lights.
And we're underway here at Spa.
We got 1 mile with a weak start. Club's going on the inside. Yoshi swerving. Carl in the back. Kings goes wide. Oh, both the Prima cars getting together. That's not gonna look good. I know Hurricane's gonna be very upset by that. But looking at the front right now, Vixie and Wama side by side going through Radion. Also side by side is Yoshi and Clubs. Those two have had an amazing start. You have Esteban and Kings in the back. Esteban trying to jump on that person who started ahead of him. Look at Thomas though. He started way far back in this race from that penalty during qualifying. He's going to get through, coming through Lacombs. We're keeping it side by side near the front. Vixie's going to get a little bit loose. Noah gets pushed off the track by his teammate. They're getting very upset. Yoshi gets pushed wide. Coming into Puan, Wanma has a sizable lead right now, but you know Vixie's been one of these fastest guys. You really got to worry about him gaining. Oh, Esteban looking a little bit on that inside of Thomas right there. He's going to seize the position. King's getting held up. I think there's an incident back there, probably. Oh, Carl's pushing him off the track. Poor Kings.
So Juan leads. Vixie is in second. Yoshi's third. Clubs is fourth. Then it's Papa, Esteban, Carl, Kings, and then Rector.
Look at these front two right now. If Yoshi doesn't stand on business soon, he's going to lose that DRS. And especially here with how long the DRS zone is and how fast it is, I think that's going to be a critical...
Oh, Vixie already in pit lane.
Oh, Vixie's already pitting lap 1.
Strategies. Oh my goodness, Carl up and over. He saved it though. That was close.
These Prima cars just going at it right now.
I mean, look at him in the back. It's a battle.
Wanma with a sizable gap right now. Just check that out. That's a solid 6 car lengths right now. Clubs on that inside. Vixie's coming out of pit lane right now. Around I think that's around 8-second gap between him and Rector. Him and Noah. Alma has a pretty good lead right now as long as he just, doesn't lose it. He's been looking pretty fast, but Clubs is on the same level of pace, and Noah is just falling like a brick at this point.
Very unfortunate for him.
Now Prima came into this weekend and this season being a promising team, but maybe we just have the bad race for once. Yoshi though, not on the complete opposite end. In his first ever F2 race and first ever F2 start, he is standing on business right now. Oh, he did go a little bit on the inside. We'll see if that's a track limit penalty in a little bit, but I don't think so right now. Vixie 2 corners behind them. I think him being by himself is going to be a good thing, as he doesn't have to worry about getting wrecked, but he's not going to have the crucial thing, that DRS. Speaking of which, DRS is going to be on this time. Oh, Yoshi's going to go full 180 off of Clubs. Brutal. Oh, and Tomas coming into pits, as well as Esteban and Carl. Yoshi went from podium to absolutely plummeting down this field. He's really going to suffer from that one. Here comes Vixie beating out. He's going to beat out all 3 of these cars.
I mean, the strategy has really paid off for him, because he's right there with Rector as well now. I mean, he's going to get that DRS very soon. I mean, he's got a very good pace.
Look at the top 5 all right now. Both around 3-second gaps between each other. Yeah, this is insane.
This is
I don't think the
honestly
top
kind of
three are gonna see
crazy.
DRS for a while.
We'll see what happens here.
Oh my goodness, big gaps coming out of pits.
Can
Oh, I
Yoshi
thought he
gain
was
on
gonna cut over
Rector?
so he'd
That's
be
my
like a
thing.
hot
What do you
roast.
think, honestly? Because, I mean, he
I
has
mean, yeah,
been very good.
he's just been really slow. But you know, F1 experience definitely helped him out. So hopefully he can get that position. Meanwhile, Wama coming onto the back straight now with Club somewhat closing the gap on him, but not by much. And Kings, who's obviously looking fast. I mean, those top three is looking pretty good right now, but we have to see later how this fuel is going to affect them, because as stand Vixie is basically almost the entire sector behind Wama.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. Juan
Club's
leads
fakes the
here.
field. Oh,
Clubs is currently second. That's my pick to win this thing. Kings is third. It's Rector, and then Yoshi. And
Yoshi is
Yoshi,
closing that gap like a madman right now.
that's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, he might have DRS, honestly. We'll see. What do you think? I mean, do you think he's got DRS here going through Rouge, honestly?
I think one more lap and he's got it. I don't think right now. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. No, he doesn't. I thought he was getting a lot faster there than it was.
Same.
Actually on the same straight as them, though, so that could be potentially threatening to especially Yoshi, who hasn't pitted yet.
I mean, these guys have not pit, and honestly, Vixie is absolutely flying right now. If you think about it, I mean, he's doing a very good job at, staying with them, and this strategy might have really paid off for him, and we will see how it does later on in this race for sure.
Oh, Yoshi. Oh, that's gonna hurt him, especially in his try to gain. Oh, Carl also too. Yeah, massive gaps in the field right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Like
usually what
top
happens.
five are all trying to go for that staying out strategy. But oh, never mind. Hector comes into pits right now. Dixie's gonna beat him out by a long shot. Will he potentially come out with his teammate? Oh, he's happed his car out of pits. That's gonna be.
And there's an incident noted.
Right there. Yeah, he's gonna get beat up by his teammate. I think the guys on the top realize what they have to do right now, because I mean, you lose so much fuel on this track, so I think you should probably just go on the undercut and stay with Dixie, because it stands right now. I'm like, Wanma, you're like almost a sector, or almost half a sector ahead. I don't think staying out is the best in the long term.
No, not at all. I mean, when you got Vixie also right there too, who obviously has pit already, and he is flying at the moment, isn't he, Sakova?
He is coming at a threatening pace as it stands. I think Clubs is biding his time, trying to save right now, as well as Wanma. I think they saw what happened in the back and be like, I don't want to take part in this. I need to create a gap.
So let's go through the field here, Sakova.
It stands right now. You got Wanma, Clubs, and Kings all on current podium. Then you got Yoshi P4, Vixie who just pitted in P5. I think that should be net P1. Then you have what's it called? Thomas, Esteban, and Carl, who all had rough starts. Finally, Noah or Rector. Closing off the back.
I gotta say, I definitely prefer the controller than the mouse and keyboard. That's for sure.
Vixie opposes quite the opposite. He's a keyboard and mouse user for racing.
That's kind of crazy, I gotta say. It's impressive.
The gap between the top two is 2 seconds, and then you have a 3-second gap from Clubs to Kings, and then a 6-second gap between him and Vixie, or him and Yoshi. Yoshi has a solid 5-second gap on Vixie right now, as it stands. Right, if he would pit, Yoshi's gonna lose so much time. I think, yeah, when Yoshi pits, yeah, I think he's dropping down to where Esteban is.
So you guys are currently seeing all the gaps right now between all these different drivers and everything, and I mean, I gotta say, so far the strategy is playing well for Vixie at the moment, isn't it, Sakofa?
Oh yeah, definitely. 17 laps to go as it stands right now. You should be seeing some pits soon, but I don't know. I feel like these guys are just gonna heavy undercut on these guys.
So after this
He
one,
does have one more lap of fuel, so I mean, maybe he could try to come in with them, but I don't think that'd be the best because that's just losing him more time. But then, yet again, Vixie has nobody to work with, so he has to basically rely on pure pace from himself with no DRS saving from others. Yeah, Strat's looking quite more, a little bit more spice than what I thought. I thought we'd be seeing, you know, the typical Nitro strat of people undercutting 2 laps and then overcuts, and then we separate the field into 2 halves. But as it stands right now, the whole field's just kind of rocking with their own flow.
I kind of like that, honestly. It adds a little bit more spice to this race, for sure. Because usually the same thing, you know what I mean? It's not as enjoyable to watch, you know what I mean? Because it's so predictable, but
Seeing similar stuff.
for sure. Yeah, and
That track
Kings
limit. Cleans with a double, triple track limit right there. That's gonna kill his time. Yoshi, 2 corners behind. He's been closing that gap. Uh-oh. That's another incident noted. She was cutting the track right there. Stewards will see that.
No, for
Decide
sure.
what's gonna go on with that? Yeah. Oh wait. Close the gaps by 2/10. Span of 1 lap. I think one was starting to save now. Oh, Carl messing up the bus stop chicane.
So who did you say was gonna win this thing? Who was your pick again? Or did you not make a pick?
I think Yoshi or Vixie. Or not Yoshi or Vixie. I think Wanma or Vixie. Those are guaranteed. I think those are going to be the winners. But, you know,
Fair
we
play.
have seen Vixie fumble the strap before, so could we potentially be seeing another fumble?
I mean,
as it
Vixie
stands right now,
isn't really gaining on Yoshi right now. Yoshi's kind of pulling away at the moment. That gap right there is kind of just
Vixie
increasing.
is currently 17 seconds behind Wanma. And as it takes 15 seconds to fuel to 100. And I don't know how much time it takes in pit lane, but I think right now Vixie's in that P1 if he doesn't pit.
And there's a yellow flag in
Lap 9
Sector
though.
2, it looked like. I don't know what that was for, but there still is a yellow flag in Sector 2. What is going on there? Is it Esteban?
Oh, he's off the track.
Or it might be
see if
Esteban.
There's a safety car, brake lockup.
That car is in the sand trap, it looks
I
like.
think it's just gonna get left. Is he stuck? Now, if a safety car were to come out, hypothetically, this
I mean,
would massively
I
help
will
the
be
top
honest with you
3,
though.
that
That car is
Yeah.
technically still on the circuit. If you look at the back bumper, it is still on the circuit.
It's still there.
So
I think these top 3 are gonna stay out trying to hope for this safety car, because if this safety car does come out, then Vixie's whole advantage of him pitting earlier so he comes out in front of them, that's just gone. Once you're under safety car, it becomes whoever comes into pits first. Oh, we have received a message from the stewards. It's gonna be no safety car, no further action is taking place. And it seems that Esteban has retired, or will be retiring the car soon. I mean, that's big damage for him. Rough day for the Trident driver, but hopefully his teammate clubs can, you know.
oh, we're still waiting for a word here. It looks like everything is fine right now. We're keeping it green and clean. After
King's another track limit. I think the nerves are kicking in. He's really got to start settling this car down.
So right now it's one,
We don't try.
clubs, and then kings right now. That's your podium.
Oh, and Esteban is gone. Yep, full retirement of the car. Just gonna pull it back. Rough week by the China driver.
So no safety car looks like. We'll keep the car there. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not trying to be that guy or whatever. The car is still technically on the circuit.
I mean, from the steward's perspective, they said it's in the gravel.
Yeah, no, I'm just...
Now see if it was on the asphalt. And oh, we've received another message. Okay. Alright. And the crane moves the car. Crane being me.
Well, this
Alright,
battle
Vicky's
just
gonna be
heated up.
real
Club
helpful.
just took the lead. There you go.
Wait, what?
Yep, Club took the lead.
Oh, Wanma going for his saving strategy. I don't think that's gonna work though. I think these guys have to pit this time.
They got to pit this time. There's
I mean,
no
this
way they
long
don't.
track, I don't think there's no way to saving it. Oh, Klaus is gonna stay.
They're both staying out. I don't know how this is going to work.
Oh.
Why would they stay out? I mean,
wait,
are we missing something
Wait a
here?
minute.
Are they...
I
Are
mean,
they-
from the previous, from what the simulation said, Yoshi's in, Vixie's in. Vixie's about to get the biggest jump of his life on the AM's driver right now.
So that strategy didn't work out for Vixie, did it?
I don't think, yeah, because he had a pit. Wait. Oh, he had a bunch of fuel left in this car. I don't know why he came in such early.
I don't know. I mean, just
We could
very...
potentially be seeing Yoshi's gonna jump him back. They're gonna be on the same fuel stint. Yoshi just jump Vixie back on the strategy.
That's insane.
And they're both gonna come out behind Vector as Vixie. That's a real rough strat from him. I don't know about these top three though, because the simulation said they shouldn't be, you know, driving right now.
No, not at all.
Like they should have ran out of fuel like almost a sector ago. But
Unless they have been
See how it
professionals
stands
at
right
saving
now.
fuel. Kings is gaining on these two though on the front.
massive saving. I think King's really realized that all that time he lost, I think he needs to come back with the saving. Kings is good on fuel, whereas
Here they come.
now. And they're gonna come into pits. It's a race off pit road right now. Oh, side by side as it stands.
Well, I made a little concert
Both the
clubs
Triton
there.
and the Carlin Stars right next to each other. So we'll see how that comes into effect. All three of these guys, oh, they all come in at the same time.
This is gonna be fun to watch. Here.
Wama slightly off of his, what's it called?
Off the grid.
The stewards have reported that. As Thomas will take P1 as they all come off the out of the pit lane. He's probably gonna have a decent gap. Carl jumps up to P2 now.
Congratulations to Carl.
Kings and Walma will both be on each other.
Clubs is in third right now. Then it's
Look at the gap.
One,
Look what happened to Vixie.
Kings,
Poor Vixie. He just dropped so far back.
Noah, Yoshi, Vixie. I
Break over
mean,
championship leader. This is gonna play heavily in the championship too, as Vixie stands as we speak, because the standings haven't been updated in a while. But Vixie is a 5-point gap between him and Clubs right now. Clubs is potentially looking for. I mean, as it stands right now, this is a big W from Clubs because, I mean, he's net P1. The big gap, and both Wanma and Kings are both fighting it right now. So unless those two start working together with DRS, I think we potentially see a win by Clubs.
I think that'd be the first time we haven't had an announced jinx in quite some time. If that happened.
Oh, I'm gonna feel bad now if that happens.
Once again,
And
we're on
Thomas
lap
comes to
12
pits. Club's gonna take that
out of
massive
22
gap.
here at Spa Francorchamps
10 laps.
for
Or no.
the Belgian Grand Prix in F2.
Yeah, we're at 10 laps to go. Carl, will he be beating out his teammate? Oh, Oh, Rector has lost so much time. Was she using that F1 knowledge to just pull away from him? And it seems that both, yeah, the Campos cars are gonna have a rough day today, along with the Prima. I think both have solidified their positions in the back. The people who haven't solidified their position is Wanma right now. Wanma sending it up the inside, coming into Lacombe. Side by side. Things his position. Probably just has to focus on keeping it consistent, you know. Imagine a sheer flip out that the Trident team would have, you know, having Esteban have that tough wreck with the brakes locking up and hitting the wall. No safety car. But imagine your team wins after that. That'd be a great feeling. Oh, Rector's just another wreck by another driver. Rector's not having a good day today, is he?
Yeah, it's not been the most ideal day for him. And, you know, it reminds you that these guys, you know, sometimes can just have bad days, you know?
Yeah, so I think as it stands right now, the overcut is. I think the overcut's like infinitely superior. Because Vixie just, you know, struggled on fuel and he couldn't do anything about it. We'll see if the F1 team and the F1 drivers take notice of that later for the Formula One race.
I mean, F1's definitely going to be a lot more different, you know, a lot more laps. I mean, 30 more laps, right? Then, or 10 more? 10 more laps, sorry.
No, 20.
20 more laps? Yeah, okay. So hold on, y'all are doing 44, right?
44, yep.
Okay, so 22 more laps, yeah, got it. Got it. My brain is so fried, dude. I literally just, my gosh.
Yoshi with the Vixie. We've heard this story once before this race, but Vixie is gaining.
Oh my gosh. He's right there with Yoshi. Let's launch this here.
I think Wanma's just lost DRS off Kings too.
That's a big factor.
Potential gaps right now. Eight laps left to go for Kings. Not Kings, clubs.
Here comes Vixie. Right there with Yoshi. Yoshi went a little wide there. Into turn one. Does Vixie have DRS? Looks like everything is green and clean.
Oh, yes, he does. I think Yoshi's going to try to work with him to try to bring him up. Look at King slowing down. Wanma got past him. Now remember, this DRS will be more advanced and higher speeds will be brought for the F1 race. So, you know, the passes that we have right now, we could potentially be seeing a lot more clean overtakes instead of side-by-side action.
Well, Vixie's still there with Yoshi. I mean, it's definitely close for sure.
One Mind Kings. Battle for P2 and P4 right now.
So, what is our lineup right now here? Let's go through the field. Sakova.
As it stands, your podium is clubs with a solid 3-second lead between Wanma and Kings, who are both fighting right now. Then you have the battle for P4, which is Yoshi of the Dams and Vixie of the Campos. And then way far back, you have Carl and Thomas, who are quite separate from each other. And then way whole sector after that, you got Rector. So, as it stands, Clubs is almost half a lap ahead of them. And yeah, they just keep losing time. That's 4 seconds now. They've lost a whole second under 1 lap of sheer battling. Clubs needs for this to keep happening. Because as it stands right now, I mean, he has 7 laps to go. Even if he gets even if they gain a second a lap, he'll still have to battle with them with 3 to go. Oh, I think Vixie potentially lost. Yeah, Vixie lost the DRS on Yoshi that time. Yoshi locking in this final part of the race. You know, what a win for this. What a win for clubs this could potentially
Hello.
be after a long time. Hello.
Hi. Broadcasting Formula Nitro. Okay, sorry. Love you.
Oh. You may love that, but the fans are loving it here in Belgium. Colin is praying they don't have another driver for this race, but Kings is looking for him.
Kings is trying to get that second place
Kings.
position.
Kings and Wanma, like a tale of pirates. Kings is, you know, man set sailing at sea, and Wanma's his prized possession, so he's coming for that booty. Going to turn one. Kings plays on the outside. He's gonna try to make the setup for the next corner. Not gonna work. Oh, Vixie with the DRS now. Vixie's gained time. We have a two position battle right now.
Here comes Kings on the outside.
Kings
Is he gonna try and send it? Juan get a high, yeah, he's gonna go wide.
Oh, one was just gonna let him by. What is this setup for later? And Yoshi's gonna do the same thing, just letting the cars with the DRS go by.
Smart, honestly.
Come side by side.
Kings gonna take that second position now.
Look at that defense from Kings right there, pushing him near.
And Vixie is gonna take that fourth position now, away from Yoshi. So
Yoshi has to make sure that he doesn't lose this time because Vixie's a much faster driver as it stands right now for this track. He can't let this DRS go, otherwise this would be a potential loss of a P4.
So let's look at the gap here. There's clubs, and then you got Kings. Then you got Wanma, and then you have Vixie, and then Yoshi, who's honestly losing a lot of time here. It looks like.
Oh, this could be bad for the Dams driver as it stands right now. He's losing almost like a quarter of a tenth every turn.
It sure looks like it right now at the moment.
Looking at the rest of the track, you know, you have Rector in Sector 2 just kind of relaxing by himself, and then you have obviously Carl and what's it called? Thomas both in Sector 3. And Carl got the position somehow. That must have happened off the camera, but Carl is overtaking him for P6.
Here comes Vixie and Yoshi.
With 5 laps left to go. I don't think we're gonna see a potential people run out of fuel, but
here comes Yoshi and Vixie.
We have seen an
Yoshi's trying to send it up that outside, and he does not. He's still right there though. He got that DRS. Looks like they're just gonna kind of do a DRS train right now.
Juan was gonna be very nervous as his team, Carlin. The stewards have posted about it, and they decided that it will take place after the race. See if there's a penalty or not, because we need to see his perspective. Juan could potentially lose out on a bunch of time here right now, so he needs to stop battling. Because, I mean, if you check the times right now, Vixie and Yoshi are 3 seconds back, and you know, pitting like with half your car out of the pit stall, that's a 5-second penalty. So as it stands right now, if Wanma takes that penalty, you could be going from potential podium to all the way down to P5. But look at this gap that Clubs just has. He's just been gaining and gaining every lap due to the battles.
I just got a message from my mom saying if you are lying about not streaming if you are lying, saying that you're streaming Formula Nitro and you're actually not streaming Formula Nitro, I will break your PC.
Well, your PC is gonna be broken, but you know it's not gonna be broken. The DRS train that Vixie has on Yoshi. Yoshi coming to the inside. Vixie did not save it. What is he doing? He's letting this by. Are we seeing potential DRS chicken with 4 laps left to go? Oh, Wanma gets pushed wide. A little bit too hard on the defense from Kings right now. That could be a potential incident or a racing incident. As it seems, Vixie goes a little bit wide, trying to go for the pass in the hairpin. These guys getting restless with these laps remaining.
They're being very aggressive right now.
That's gonna stir him back.
Clubs is just pulling away at the moment. That's for sure. And then it's Kings after that. That's Wanma.
From this man.
I know. This is what exactly.
Could we potentially see a double repeat of an amazing strat due to him reserving today for F1? we're coming down. We're coming down to it. We're gonna come down with 3 laps left to go. And it's 3 to go for clubs. Walma should still have the DRS. And so will Vixie. Vixie just let him by.
I mean, is it just the DRS train? I'm guessing trying to get to Wanma and Kings. Yeah, they are definitely are. They are gaining.
Kings is broken DRS. Uh-oh, this could potentially really hurt Wanma. I mean, it's 3 laps to go, so it's, I mean, did he lose it? Oh, wait. I don't think Walma got it. Walma did not get DRS. That's
Oh
gonna
my
really hurt him.
goodness.
With 3 to go, could we potentially see Vixie and Yoshi try to take the position? And with the penalty, with the lingering penalty over his head. Oh, it's gonna be a rough time for that Carlin team.
For sure, but Clubs is absolutely flying right now, pulling away from Kings. And then Wanma, he's just trying to hold on to that podium at the moment, isn't he?
Masterclass drive from Clubs. Can't wait to see this driver in an F1 seat next season. And also, I mean, in terms of championship standings, he has a 5-point gap between him and Vixie. I mean, I think after this, coming to 2 to go now.
Yep, here we go. Clubs has just had a phenomenal drive.
Yeah,
Nothing
I think
about
once
it.
this finish, I think yeah, no, from the standings after this, as if Clubs does get this win, he will be a solid 14 or what's it called, 16 points ahead of Vixie. This could be potential major championship implications. You know, Vixie's just been so strong all season, but I think, you know, he's been strong, but you know, it's not as strong as this DRS. Yoshi doesn't get, surprisingly. Uh-oh. That's a potential big loss. I think the top 5 are all gapped now. I think it's possibly over.
It definitely looks like it is. Clubs is just pulling away right now. I mean, look at this gap.
Daily update of where Rector is. Rector just came out of turn 1.
Clubs is going to come around here. Now down the back stretch.
Final sector.
And Kings is just going to be right there in second. Looks like Wanma's not going to get that second position. It's just praying Kings makes a mistake, but Kings has been very good right now.
Been very consistent besides the middle part. He started to have a little bit of mess-ups. Someone who hasn't had some mess-ups is going to be Clubs as he comes to the white flag here in Spa.
Final lap here at Spa Francorchamps. And Clubs.
Performance as it stands right now. 5-second gap. His teammate DNF. He's going to get major points in the championship. Have a massive advantage from that. I mean, as it stands right now, I don't think this weekend could have gone any more perfect for Clubs. I mean, he got
I don't think you could have asked for a better weekend, a better start to the weekend, I should say, because this man is still embracing an F1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he will. We'll see if he can carry that F1 luck over, or if he's gonna do bad in one race and do great in the other. As we went through the final main passing opportunity, but you know, top 5 are all gapped of DRS between each other. Wanma, as it stands right now, if he does get this penalty, he's gonna be dropping down to P5, and that's gonna help out Vixie. As it stands right now, Vixie is in P4, so he could potentially have that gap points be closed lower. As it's one last sector here for Clubs. 5-second gap. I mean,
just an absolutely brilliant drive. Yeah, I mean, Kings also too. Not just Clubs, but Kings. Both of those dudes, like, they have had a great race today. And Clubs again, just great strategy. He's done a very good job. Yoshi's out of the car. Oh my goodness.
That's gonna hurt him. And in the final sector, coming across the line, it's Clubs who takes his, I believe that's his 3rd F2 win. Kings bringing him on the podium after that qualifying. Wanma takes another podium. Vixie, rough day in the office for him.
Where is Yoshi at?
Oh, Carl got the position. And Thomas.
Oh my goodness. What an absolute...
The final lap.
There's no.
He fully ran out of fuel too. He didn't perfect this.
Oh my gosh.
What a disappointing finish. That's gonna be rough for him as Carl brings home the P5. What a surprise P5 that was. And Thomas P6. And Yoshi will unfortunately not.
I gotta say, this has been. It just has not been a good couple of weeks for Yoshi, has it? I mean, just he's had the definition of bad luck, honestly. Like that is just unreal, man. So, but Clubs wins it.
Wow, Clubs had an 11-second gap between him. Oh, that's great. That's an insane gap right there. As we come onto the podium. Wanma's... No, never mind. Wanma is on the podium now.
We finally got a full podium here.
Oh, he denied the haters. He said he's the king. Wait, how did he? That's not even in the game. What?
It is in the
Club
game.
really just said, I got some. Oh.
I thought it was. I guess it was
Club
not.
really just said, you're not the king. I'm the king.
Well, he is the king of this one.
On each other.
He is the king of all the kings, including kings. And give him his flowers, give him his credit. He did a great job today. And honestly, that strategy, you got to say, Sokofa was really just the key to this thing, that's for sure. And Clubs, how does it feel, man? Congratulations on the win. How are you feeling after winning at Spa here in F2? And how does this really, go over to F1 as well?
It feels good. Getting first back in F2. I lost it like the third race in, and now that I have it back, it's really boosted my confidence, especially for going into F1 in the next hour, which I can hopefully not DNF there.
Well, I mean, obviously
Club will have a 12-point lead in the championship now.
Yep, he's doing a really good job in F2. When, I mean, you got F1 literally in like 56 minutes, so how are you feeling about that, obviously, especially with the strategy and stuff? Because, I mean, you definitely have an advantage over the other drivers considering you legit just ran a, half of that race. So you basically have the strategy and stuff. So how are you going to play that into, this 44-lap race coming up?
I'm going to try to play a little more passive than I did in Silverstone. I think that there's no need to overtake and do all this stuff in the beginning of the race since it's so long. You can really save and not have to be aggressive. But I'm really just looking for, my goal is a top 5 here, get some points. Beat Rudy, whatever, beat Jacob. If it comes down to it, really cement myself in F1.
Well, for sure, man. Congratulations on the W. We'll see you in F1 later.
Alright, that's good.
Well, that's going to do it for our F2 coverage here at Spa. And Sokofa, thank you so much for joining me, man. You absolutely carried the broadcast. I'm sorry that I'm just not feeling good at all today. But thank you, man. I really appreciate it, for real. You want to do the outro?
Alright. That's going to be ending us from Spa. So remember, good morning, good afternoon, good night. We'll be seeing you in F1 in a little bit. Adios. Adios, amigos.